And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Coming at you, yeah, Monday, November 24th. What's up, fam? It's Turkey Week. It's Thanksgiving. I think we're going to do a deep fried turkey for the first time. I heard it's the bee's knees. Chin, what are you doing for Thanksgiving, buddy?
I'm going home for like a few days.
You going back to LA?
Yeah, see my parents.
All right. When you leaving?
Like late Wednesday.
When you come back?
Saturday. I did the late Wednesday and Saturday because sometimes the flights are delayed. So I'm coming back a day early to make sure we can get back to to be here on Monday.
Smart. So if it gets delayed on Saturday, you're still good. You're not going to miss the shows. If Brian Callen only took a page of professionalism from your travel book, that'd be great.
That would be nice.
All good, baby. All good. Yeah, Turkey Day. Your family does the regular turkey shit?
Remember I told you they do American, but then Korean side stuff. So there will be kimchi. Yeah. There will be like Korean
with
side
the turkey.
Dishes. Yeah.
You guys do duck? Do you do turduckens and shit?
No, I would love to try a turducken, but no, just a regular turkey.
Yeah, I got my buddy Trey. He's known for making insane, basically all around holiday meals. Mm-hmm. So I think we're going to do a fried turkey with him.
Be careful, man. That's like one of the most dangerous things I heard.
Not doing it at my crib.
Okay.
Yeah, that's above my pay grade. Tiger's done with fall travel ball. Last tournament was on this weekend. And boy, as a papa, I could not be prouder of the kid. He just found it, man. He found it. And going into the off season, this little dude is off on the right foot, man, because in spring it picks up even more. It's more competitive, so can be more proud of the dude. How about this, man? This one, I'm like, oh my God, we got one. He gets done with his game. We're in extra innings. They call it Texas overtime. So I think it was tied 4-4 or 5-5. And then after the 6 innings, you go into Texas overtime. Texas overtime is bases loaded, 1 out. You start with bases loaded, 1 out. So that's how we started the game. Tees up, leadoff batter, and this freaking dude freaking drills it through the shortstop. So third and shortstop, drilled it right between the two, brought in 2 runners to kick it off in the overtime. The day before, this dude hit, it's not his furthest home run, but it was close. He freaking rocketed it, Rocket City, and then pitched great. There's nothing better, dude. Yeah. There's nothing better. So this is when I'm like, oh, we got one. In order to even have a chance, of playing major division 1, 2, whatever college level, in order to even have a chance to play college ball and even to think about playing professional sports, you have to be a little off your rocker. You got to think a little bit different than the rest of the people playing rec sports or travel ball. You got to be willing to do things that they aren't willing to do in order to even give yourself a shot. I was a little bit crazy, and I don't know if my kiddos, right? They're grown up different than I am. But this one, I'm like, oh, we got one. So I tell Tiger, and I'll get to fighting after this, for those of you who don't want the baseball talk. But so I tell Tiger, no matter what time of day it is, no matter what's going on, if you ask me to go to the cages and throw BP, I will never say no. No matter, it could be at midnight, it could be at 2 a.m, I could be on the road, whatever it is, you ask me, I will figure it out, and we will go throw BP. I will never say no. That's the rule in our house. For him in Boston, I will never say no. I will always take you to the cages, no matter what we got going on. I don't care what it is, we'll figure it out. So he knows this. 2 weeks ago, he challenged this. He's getting ready for bed. It's 9:30 at night. He's in bed. And he goes, Dad, I bet you won't take us to the batting cages. What? He goes, you said we could go whenever you want. Bet you want to go. I'm like, buddy, I ain't the one. I'm crazier than you. If you want to get working, if you want extra work, we can get your shit. We'll take these PJs off right now, and I'll take the cages right now. He goes, I'm down. I go, boss, are you down? He goes, yeah, I'm in. We went at 9:45 at night to the batting cages. He had school the next day. He was fine. Wow. So then he had 4 games over the weekend. Balled out. Couldn't have done better. Could have just ate junk food because it's the end of the season, celebrate, and then we're back to work. We're driving home from the game, and he goes, Dad, let's go to the cages. I went, dude, you've had 2 games. He goes, yep, let's go to the cages. Say less, bud. We're 6 o'clock at night. We spent 2 hours at the cages and field. I'm like, oh, you got to be a little crazy in order to get to where you want to go in sports. Then we got one.
Yeah.
As soon as he changed it, I was like, hold up. I can just do this as much as I want. I'm like, and you got a dad who's just as crazy? Let's fucking ride, buddy. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I did have to watch this UFC Qatar card on my phone again. It's not ideal, but I get the jobs done. I gets the job done. And I can do that for just any random fight night, but this one was pretty special. This is the best fight night in a hot freaking second. Dude, and there's not a big fight coming up. You got the December pay-per-view card. That's not going to blow your dick away, but it's, it's decent. But there's a lot of drama going on in the Real Housewives of the MMA right now, especially Real Housewives of the UFC. And we'll get to that. This Qatar card, Qatar, however the fuck you say it, man. It was a great card. Great card. Horiguchi looked unbelievable. That guy's a freak. Can we talk about freaking, where's he at on there? Topuria's brother?
Oh yeah, that guy.
He's a bigger freak than Ilya. He's fucking jacked for 135, man. That dude is big, fundamentally sound, had a tough opponent. Mm-hmm. That dude is going to be a motherfucking problem. That dude, oh my God. For a bantamweight, that dude is going to be freaking trouble, dude. Those brothers, man. And that Alexander, he's just fucking has it, dude. That kid's going to be a problem. Horiguchi looked great. Waldo Acosta. Dude, in a division that's filled with dinosaurs and not a lot of talent, he's something to get excited about. He's something to get excited about. Just knocking dudes out, fighting consistently. And I admire that because your job as a prize fighter is to not fight once or twice every year. But if you let the UFC dictate it, they're going to have you fight maybe as you're coming up 3 times a year. This dude's doing 4, 5. He wants to fight in December. Dude, get your money, big dog. He has that right hand. He just has it. He just has it. Now, as he gets up in the rankings, he's calling out Curtis Blades. That'd be a good test for him. I don't know what his grappling capabilities are. I think he's from Costa Rica or some shit. Is he from the DR?
Yeah, Dominican Republic.
Does he have any background in wrestling? I know he's a blue belt, which
Baseball.
is never good. Keep going down. He has no wrestling background?
Not that I'm seeing so far. No, let's look at his side thing here.
Yeah.
Blue belt,
they
jiu-jitsu.
gotta choose the matchups wisely. Curtis Blades would be trouble for him. But there's certain fights we can do to get him going. Play baseball. Hold up. Yeah. He previously started playing baseball in his country and became professional. He began boxing and MMA at age 24. And he is how old now? Go up.
34.
So been training 10 years. All right. Baseball player, like him already. He's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem until he runs into, but again, there's not a ton of heavy grapplers. So depending on what they want to do with him, he's a fun one to watch. I like his personality. Go back to the card, Chin. Salsa boy, fucking great. Poor Hermanson. I hate to see it. Ozdemir at light heavyweight's a problem. He looked fantastic. So let's get to the main event, co-main event. So last week I told you guys this has heavy implications of what the UFC is going to do at lightweight with Topuria, at welterweight with Islam, depending how these two gentlemen perform. So for Sorukyan, he did exactly what he had to do in order for the fan base, him, his team, to put pressure on the UFC to book him against Ilia Topuria in the world title fight. He did his job. He looked fantastic. Not a lot of glaring holes in his game. He's gotten so much better with his time off. He is a motherfucking problem. He is by far the most problematic matchup for Ilia Topuria. And he's the number one guy. But that's not the game, is it? The game is, especially now they're moving to Paramount, the game is who is a suitable opponent for Ilia Topuria to garner the most views, but also put up a challenge. That would be Paddy Pimblett, unfortunately for Armin. And that's in January, which is coming up. So I would imagine you have Armin cage side, and then you would do Paddy versus Topuria on Paramount. That's what I assume they're going to do. But most people that follow the sport know Sorukyan is probably the toughest matchup for Topuria. And it's going to happen, but I don't think it happens next. I think they go with Paddy. I think by Armin completely dominated Dan Hooker, and shout out Dan Hooker, I love Dan, but by Armin's completely dominating him, I think the narrative of a Gaethje is out the window. It doesn't make too much sense. I think they put Gaethje on the White House card and do something different. Now at welterweight, it's more blurry. It's more blurry because E. Machado's resume to fight Islam is by far the best, and his strength of schedule and his wins, even his loss to Schaub would put him first in line to fight Islam. But the narrative, if you're anti Ian Machado Gary, is his fights aren't the most exciting. I think he's the most skilled. I think, I guess he poses the biggest threat to Islam, but that's not saying much because I don't think many guys pose that much of a threat. That's the problem they have at 170. He looks so goddamn good. His grappling's such an issue for guys. His striking is better. And Islam would have such an advantage over Ian Machado Gary when it comes to grappling. And Ian's just not a finisher. It's just not what he does. Like, he promised to finish Bilal, which was insane prediction, but that fight's just gonna be a 5-round decision. You'd bet all your money that fight goes 5 rounds, unless Islam gets him down and can choke him out. But that being said, there's a narrative there, right? Yeah, Ian Machado Gary, even he alluded to this, where it'd be, one of the most infamous, hated rivalries of all time, Ireland versus Dagestan. But when you look at it, is it? Ian Machado Gary really doesn't claim Ireland. He's never trained with Conor. He says nothing but good things about Islam. Like, there's no bad blood there. Ian Machado Gary really claims more Brazil than Ireland these days. He even changed his last name, or his fucking name's Machado Gary. And then now that it's a narrative they can use to sell a fight, he's like, bro, Ireland versus Dagestan. Let's bring it back. And I think most fan base like, what? But also the younger fan base like, what the fuck are you talking about? What happened? They don't fucking know. They have no fucking clue. They have no clue. So I listen, I'm not going to put it past the UFC because they'll freaking milk anything, but that narrative doesn't work for me. I like his narrative of, I deserve it. It's your duty to give the number one contender and fight him. And he goes, I'll go. If the ball's in your court, I'll go where you want to go. I like all that. But I just don't see the whole Ireland versus Dagestan thing catching fire, catching fire at all. Let's take a little break here, kids, before we jump right back into the Real Housewives of the UFC MMA shenanigans. For Patreon, get the show ad-free, Find Kid ad-free, and you get first dibs at the new I should say old Abbott Kenny Fight Club tee, Finding the Kid shirts, all that stuff. It's patreon.com/TFATK. Listen, man, wallets these days are so old school. I have the George Costanza. Things are falling out of it. It's hurting my back. I sit freaking at an angle when I'm driving. It's not good. And then I got something in the mail called Ridge. They took their game-changing wallet and they've made it even better. Now you say hello to the Ridge 2.0, the most refined version of the Ridge wallet. Ridge has been perfecting the perfect wallet for over 12 years. On the new Ridge 2.0, it's 10% lighter. We got you, man. They made it more modular with improved cash straps, money clips, and AirTag attachments. All right, they got you, man. There were 50 colors. You can even get NFL-themed MLB college team. It's the perfect holiday gift. It is the best wallet, and they have their biggest sale going on right now. So for the holidays, we got you covered, man. You have over 100,000 five-star reviews, all right? People love these freaking wallets. When you lose your wallet, it's the worst. That's why they have Ridge trackers, so you always know exactly where it is. Before you panic, my God, do I need to do this. Listen, I'll be quite honest here. I gave mine to my father-in-law when it came in the mail. He loves it. Now I need one, Ridge. Please send me another because my father-in-law stole it and my wallet keeps dropping all my credit cards and everything. So I need some Ridge. So for limited time, Ridge is having their huge Black Friday sale. Head to ridge.com to get up to 47% off. It's by far the biggest discount they've given all freaking year. That's ridge.com for up to 47% off. It's their biggest sale. Lightweight and especially welterweight is popping, dude. If you go the welterweight rankings for mention, the only reason, which I think is too much too soon, I know people want to see him. Schaub's been out of sight, out of mind. He has to fight at least one fight to get a title shot. That narrative makes no sense to me. Again, we want views. He has a big following in his homeland. Outside that, it's a shit show. So the one you hear a lot that people want is Michael Morales. I just think it's too much too soon. I think Michael has to go one more. He has to go one more. I would make Schaub and Morales fight. Or I'd go Michael Morales and JDM if JDM's okay. But Morales is the boogeyman of the division. Nobody wants to fight, right? Scary. The only reason, and I'm not saying I would do it, but the only reason if I'm the UFC, I'd give Morales the upper hand over Ian Machado Gary, even though his resume is not as good as Machado's. But if you're going to do it, you would say that Islam's going to take down everybody 1 through fucking 15 in the world. Guaranteed he gets him down. Who has the capability to knock him out, to catch Islam? Well, if you look at that list, JDM, nope. Bilal, nope. Shavkat, absolutely not. Protez, probably not. Ian Machado beat him already. Ian Machado Gary, not a knockout artist. Sean Brady, grappler. Kamaru Usman, nope. Leon Edwards, absolutely not. Joaquin Buckley, probably not. There's nobody on there where you're like, dude, one shot knockout power. If they catch Islam, that's what we're going to tune in for. It's Morales. He's the one guy who can end Islam's reign by landing something. There's nobody really else on that list who can do it. So that would be a narrative. But I think that narrative will build even more if Morales were to take out JDM, take out Shavkat, then it's undeniable. But as far as undeniable, it's Ian Gary right now. That's what's going to happen. Islam's just too dominant. For Topuria, listen, the notion of Topuria versus Islam right now, it makes no sense to me. Would I watch it? Of course. But Islam has work to do at 170. There's so many contenders there. Even though he'll be favored over all of them, there's so many contenders that we want to see him fight, and he just got there. For Topuria, again, recently just got the belt. You have a good guy who matches up pretty damn well with you in Armin Sorukyan. You can't avoid him. You got Paddy Pimblett. You got some guys that, and outside that, it gets a little dicey, but he is new. So you fight Armin, you fight fucking Paddy Pimblett. If you want to throw Justin Gaethje in there too, but you defend that belt 3 or 4 times. Islam defends it 3 or 4 times. Then you do the super fight. To do it now is a little early. Both Islam just got there. Ilya just got there. It doesn't make a ton of sense. They all have contenders and upcomers and young lions they need to take out first before we do that super fight. And there'd be big fights. Big fights. Ilya Paddy, huge fight for Paramount. That checks a box. Islam E. Machado Gary would be a big fucking fight. You know, I'd put them both on the same goddamn card if you can. Did you see Hamzat and Ian Gary get into it?
Yeah.
Hamzat said, "Don't touch me, white boy," or some shit like that.
I didn't see that part.
You didn't see that?
No.
Something like, "I'll fuck you up, white boy." I think he deleted the tweet since.
Oh, I thought you meant during the confrontation. Or no.
No, after he was like, "I will end you, white boy," or some shit like that.
But this is the actual. Actually, you know what? Let's watch this other video because this shows you how to
push the shit out of him.
Yeah. Maybe this is the whole one.
Push me. I just turned around and went, "That's just childish. I'm meant to be a champion in this sport." You're taking away from your friend's win over here. How about you calm down, slow down, and have a bit of respect rather than trying to steal the headlines? Do you want the honest truth? It's little dick energy. I need to show the world I'm tough. I need to show you're the champion of the world. You don't need to have these anger management issues. Just be a man. I'll get him one day. I went up to Kamzat. I said, "Hey, champ, what's up? When are we going to see you back?" He goes, "I don't know, brother. Whenever." Smash. Slaps me on the back. All right,
Slap
cool.
the shit out of him.
Security guy gets in front of us. I'm like, we literally were just cool with each other. He's not going to fight me. He's not going to fight me. And then, yeah, fuck you, brother. Fuck you. Boom. Tries to push me. I just turned around and went, "That's just childish. I'm meant to be a champion in this sport."
Yeah. So
Ian's right. These Chechnyan fucking Dagestani guys, you gotta stop being meatheads. Sorukyan fucking headbutting hooker.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
Fellas, this ain't 1993, 1994. You gotta lock it in. I get it. We're all cage fighters fighting in our underwear for a living. I get that. Can you be a little professional? Can you not fucking hit people outside the goddamn octagon? Can we tighten it up a tad? Could you not be such fucking savages? Ian Machado was right. He's like, "Bud, what the fuck? You're supposed to be a champion, dude. What are you doing?" They're not even the same goddamn weight division. You know? He didn't say anything offensive. What's weird to me is society, MMA in general, gives all those guys from that area a pass. They give them a pass. If Bo Nickel was doing that, if Ronda Rousey was doing that, if Tom Aspinall was doing that, buddy, there'd be a talk. But for whatever reason, from those guys from that part of the world do it, everyone's like, "Dude, how about dude? They're crazy." Nah, bitch. Stop fucking touching people all the time. Quit headbutting. Quit pushing in public. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's like the Diaz brothers too. They get a pass on that kind of that stuff. Masvidal even too. Yeah.
You know what? It's just an MMA problem, isn't it? But those guys really seem to get away with it. You know.
Like I said, Tom Aspinall. If I imagine Tom Aspinall doing that, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is wrong with him?
We won't put up with it.
That's not him. That's us. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Dylan Dance gets jumped, and we're like, "Yeah, Dylan, get the fuck out of here." Like, oh, well, what about the
guys that are jumping him?
The rest of the fucking 20 guys that are jumping, their problem every fucking time. Nothing? Are they banned? No. Why not? I won't get into it. I can't. But you guys know why.
Yeah.
Come on. Dylan's country's not funding the organization. I don't want to get into it. What
Poor
else
Dylan,
you got,
man.
Jed? What else you got?
Dylan just gets jumped everywhere by everyone.
But to be fair, though, there's the one common denominator. To defend those Dagestani guys who fuck with him, he said some horrific shit to everybody. So when he enters the goddamn UFC arena, there's like 10 groups that want to kill him. So that's why I get what Danny's like, we just can't. He talks so much shit. He has so many enemies. Like, we just can't have him at the event. I get that. You're not going to ban all the individual groups because he's the one who started the fire. I get it. What else?
Yeah. So, by the way, when you're saying that, Dylan Dennis did post some video of the AI stuff.
Yeah.
Of like Islam making out with Ali Abdulaziz.
Yeah, dude.
You can't do that, dude.
Dagestani do not get down with the gay stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why, like, he's ultimate troll, and we're talking about him. But when you see these guys, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
Let's take a little break here. Do you know about the 3 T's of Thanksgiving? Turkey for eating, table for gathering, and touchdowns for winning. With DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, every touchdown could bring you closer to cashing in before dessert. With DraftKings Sportsbook, all the action in your hands. First touchdown, any touchdown, live bets, every play, every snap, every game counts. When the games get good, the bets get better. Here's the best part. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. When touchdowns happens, we feast. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the code SCHAUB. That's Schaub Show, SCHAUB. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
This November, action is free on Pluto TV. Go on the run with Jack Reacher.
Every suspect was a trained killer.
Then buckle up for Drive, World War Z,
Every human being we save is one less to fight.
and Charlie's Angels.
Damn, I hate to fly.
Launch into sci-fi adventure with The Fifth Element and laugh through the mayhem in Tropic Thunder.
What is going on here?
All the thrills, all for free. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
Well, let's go back to this later. But what's up?
Give me the Dana and Schulte.
Yeah.
Oh, the MMA Guru and Mighty Mouse stuff's interesting too. Oh, this is a good episode.
All right. Here's do you want to watch?
Yeah, play it for the fans. I've seen it 1,000 times. I'll play it for them.
Willing to come out of retirement.
Are you saying no to Jones? What's the?
I haven't.
This is a different one.
Yeah, give me him and Francis.
Yeah, give me a sec.
God. He plays the whole, I don't understand the language. And people go, it's language barrier. There's no fucking language barrier. He's going in to fight Stipe in Boston. Well, after the press conference, he comes over to me and he grabs me. And he says, let me tell you what's going to happen. His English is fucking great. When this fight's over, they're going to book me a
English is
private
fucking
plane
great.
to
No, it's
Paris. I laughed. So yeah, he goes, I'm not joking. Okay. Stipe Miocic beats the shit out of him. That ended that whole conversation. Should have fucking cut him that day. Performance Institute, everything's free and do all this stuff. This guy was fucking living there. He had just fought, comes up to my office, and he was pissed off that he didn't get a $50,000 bonus, arguing with me. The conversation's over, I'm starting to leave, and he grabs me by my shirt and like pushes me back in my office. And I said, dude, get your fucking hands off me.
Those were the words that came out of you when Francis Ngannou grabbed you by the shirt?
Yeah.
I would have been like, I hated this shirt. It's too tight.
I could see in this guy's face and in his eyes and in the way that he's acting who this guy really fucking is. Then my guy Hunter, they were talking about something, and when Hunter started to walk away, Francis grabbed him by the fucking back of his collar and fucking pulled him back, said, we're not done talking yet. If you look now he's over and he's done a deal with PFL in Saudi Arabia, and now he's asking to fight, me and John Jones need to fight, and fucking, I'm sure they wish they never fucking signed him.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't have to hear one word from any of those guys over there to know. Because I know. I've dealt with him. I know who he really is. And yeah. I could see him.
Oh boy, listen. Dana calling Francis Ngannou a bad guy, it's a spade calling a spade, right? So I don't think Dana's a bad guy. I don't think Francis is a bad guy. I've heard rumblings of Francis having some bullying tactics around the UFC, stuff like that. I've heard that. I knew shit before he fought Stipe and his head was big. He told Dana to, gas up the private jet and made all these demands. I get that. And, he was newer to it. I get all that. None of this is surprising to me. I've heard of multiple fighters get into it with UFC brass before. But But I'll say this. I'm not defending putting your hands on anybody, stuff like that. But what I will say is over the entire course of the UFC, as long as it's been around, from matchmakers, Joe Silva, not McMaynard. I've never dealt with him. He's a great dude. But with the old school guys, the Joe Silvas of the world, the brass, the original dudes, including Dana, there are no bigger bullies. Depending on what your definition of bullying is, there's no bigger bullies than the UFC brass. The disrespect behind the scenes to managers, to fighters directly, including myself, the text I got from UFC brass after a fight would make anybody so upset, it would blow your mind the way they talk to these fighters. They talk to these fighters like they own them, like they're property. So when the toughest men on the planet who fight for a living feel disrespected, their way of communicating is through physical action. And this is a byproduct of that. So there's going to be a lot of fighters who aren't going to say this because, they get paid from the UFC or they're still working with them. A lot of us are going, good for Francis. I'm just telling you. They might get on their Twitter and be like, oh my God, can you believe Francis did this? The majority are going, good for Francis. Because I couldn't have done this. The way he talked to me, the way Joe Silva fucking talked to me. Now that I'm not part of the organization, if Joe Silva or Dana talked to me like that now, I would take this fucking size 13 and cram it down his fucking mouth. So you got to realize that you're dealing with the elite of the elite when it comes to fighting from all different parts of the world. And you hear about this disrespect. If all the fighters that have fought for Dana and fought for Joe Silva and fought for that old school regime, if they told you the stories of the disrespect they've dealt with for years and couldn't do it, it would blow your mind. And there's other stories of fighters sticking up for themselves. Francis isn't sticking up for himself, but there's other fighters lashing out at UFC brass and employees that you don't hear about. I know for a fact. There's a lot of that goes on, but you don't hear about it. But we're hearing about it now because it's a way to, suppress Francis and get in a fight with John or whatever they're trying to do. That's all this is. Again, so Dana's saying, no, he's a bad dude. Well, again, I don't think either. This isn't a case of bad person, bully. Where was this energy when Ariel Helwani did something that the UFC brass didn't agree with, even though it was his job at the time, and your goons, Dana's personal security, picked Ariel up and pinned him against the wall with physical force? Does that make Dana a bad guy? Now he's going to say, I never condoned that. I can't believe they did that. Bullshit. You think those security guards know Ariel and what he did? No. And that ain't the only story I could give you guys. So you reap what you sow. When you bully the toughest guys, and that's the other thing, you're bullying the toughest guys in the world. Any guy walking through that UFC facility could beat the shit out of that UFC staff at any given moment. They don't. But when you constantly talk shit to them of their livelihood, their performances, and it's so stressful, there's going to be some recourse. There's going to be some rebuttals. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying any of it's right. I'm not saying Dana's bad. I'm not saying Francis is a bad person. I don't think either of these guys are bad people. This is the underbelly of professional sports. This is the underbelly of professional cage fighting at the highest level. You're dealing with the toughest people in the world. You're also dealing with the most cutthroat business owners in the world. You mix those two together, and the business owners aren't tough guys. They're not tough. But they talk to these fighters like their property, like they own them, they underpay them, and it goes on for your entire career. So yeah, some guys, these stories will leak out, and there's tons of them. These stories will leak out that make Francis look like a bad guy. Francis is not a bad guy. Dana's not a bad guy. But this is a spade calling a spade. That's all this is. I'm not condoning what Francis did, but you reap what you sow.
Okay. Didn't you say you also had like a call, or you overheard a call with Joe Silva and maybe your manager or someone? You said something before.
When I was negotiating, I forget what fight it was. Might have been. Might get this wrong. It was around that time. So when I fought Mitrione, they tried getting me to sign a new deal. But I wanted to bank on myself and say, because Mitrione was my last fight on my 6-fight deal. Once I passed the Ultimate Fighter contract, which is the worst contract in history for a professional athlete. Mm-hmm. So my last fight on that contract was Matt Mitrione. And the UFC's tactic is always, hey, if you lose, you better sign this now. Because you lose, you're fucking out of here. But my idea is, but if I win, that money's going to double and you sign me for 6 fights. So I could either, I think it was like 40 and 40 or 30 and 30, and then goes up by 10 for 6 fights if I signed it before. But my idea was, no, I'm going to beat Mitrione. I'm going to fucking finish him. You guys are going to pay me more money. And so that was my idea. Told my manager that. And I go, dude, let me talk to Joe Silva. My manager goes, you don't want to do that. He goes, I'm telling you, the way he talks about fighters, and he worked with Rory McDonald. He's like, dude, he almost had Rory in tears. Yeah. Like, you don't want to deal with that. I'm like, bullshit. And I start arguing. He goes, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put it on in the car, put it on speaker. You don't talk. I said, okay, buddy, the way they talked about me, dude, I would never record it and air it for the public. That's some hoe shit. Buddy, the disrespect, the way they talk about these guys, I was baffled. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh my, that's what they think of us? Holy shit, we're not even in the same ballpark, man. That's the way they talk about guys? Not just me, Roy McDonald at the time. I could name a bunch of other fighters. Dude, you're like, holy shit, that's disgusting. Yeah, man. The text I got from the UFC brass after the Orlovsky fight might have been warranted, boring fight. I still won that fight. In Vancouver, the text I got, buddy. And you just lose your fight by split decision. I got fucked over. My face is out to here. The text I got from a certain somebody at the UFC, buddy. Fuck yeah, I wanted to fight him. Fuck yeah. They go for your biggest insecurity. They make you feel like shit, man. Like they own you. Like they're slave owners. That's the way they talk to you. Now, it might be different now. That's back in the day when I fought. Now they're bigger company, a TKO. Maybe Dana's learned from his ways. Maybe it's not that case. I don't know. I'm just talking from my personal perspective. All good. So this shit, I see it. Yeah, man. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that's got us up balls. Alrighty. You want to do this one? This is basically, so this Dana White's still on Andrew Schultz's podcast. A different part where he talks about John Jones.
And again, love Schulte, love Flagrant. And there's definitely a place for this, and it's a huge show. Mm-hmm. Again, I keep the same energy when he's on with the Nelk Boys, when he's on with insert whoever show. It's nothing against Schultz, nothing against the Nelk Boys. All I'm saying is it would be refreshing if Dana sat down with the likes of a Luke Thomas, a Pete Carroll, a Chuck Mendenhall, Ariel, it's never happening, but those other guys, somebody who knows the fucking game. So when he says stuff like this, they have a record. they have a history and know what to ask. So we get questions. Now, maybe this is a bad take and it's because I'm a hardcore guy, but this cookie cutter stuff and there's no rebuttal. So they ask him if John Jones is going to be on the White House card. He says, I can't put John Jones in a position where he can pull out. I had a deal with him to fight Aspinall. He said, I'm not going to do it. I can't be in that position again. Okay.
Yeah. So he's basically saying that John Jones won't be on the, kind of saying it, but not saying it.
Guarantee John Jones on that card.
I pray he is, yeah.
He will be.
Yeah, well, that's what that video was about. And dude, not to laugh, but by the way, like anything to do with Schultz now, the show, it's all about Akash. Akash's wife, yeah, everything, dude. It's
even
insane.
The Dana White clips.
Yeah, on their show, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's freaking insane.
If you're Akash, what do you do?
Well, he hasn't been responding, but so I went on Akash's.
You're just hoping it dies out.
Yeah, you would imagine. I know he went to India. I don't know if it was pre-planned, whatever, with his wife. So maybe just take a break from social media. But
I think that was pre-planned before all this.
Yeah, they did mention something, but then even that, like, it was just when you go to Akash's Instagram, oh, dude, nonstop, dude. It's just
I wonder what you do.
What do you do?
Well, what do they say? They say, news.
Before
there's
it was
a quote
them,
where there's like news, let it sit for a while. If it's still a thing after 2 weeks, you need to address it.
Oh, okay.
Like usually give it 2 weeks. Usually that's by the time the shelf life, it dies off, people stop caring. If it goes past that, you usually need to do something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird
here's
position.
the thing. There ain't no PR firm you can hire that they don't fucking know. They're old school. There's nothing. I don't know. Akash, Schultze's a smart dude. Schultze will figure it out. Schultze come up with something, how to deal with that. I don't know if there's a way to deal with it. I think you keep it in-house, talk to his wife.
That's the thing. It's just the only thing I could think of is like tell her to stop talking about your relationship. Or, just all that stuff.
Or she needs to get on there and be like, yo, I was exaggerating to get clipped. I fucked up. I embarrassed my husband. This is not what my intentions. It's something I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you do.
Yeah, but if that's...
You need to stop doing podcasts, though.
Yeah. But if that's really her experience, and that's what... the main thing that happened, I don't know how we got to this, but the main thing that happened is Akash went hard on those guys about like, what a real relationship is like and, dating all that stuff. And then this happened. So it's kind of like, damn, dude, So that's where they're coming at him hard. But yeah, I don't know how to fix it.
To be fair to Akash, maybe he didn't know, though.
No, it seemed like he didn't.
Like maybe Akash like, what the fuck, this from left field? Yeah. I was going hard in the paint saying I don't condone this stuff. And she was on a podcast talking about popping her pussy at frat houses.
Yeah.
He's like, this is news to me. I don't know what you do. I feel for him.
Yeah.
Take a little break here. Man, you ever drop 150 buckaroos on cologne only to realize this isn't good? Now you're stuck with it. That's why micro perfumes make sure you never have to play the fragrance roulette ever again. For just a few bucks, you can test drive the real deal. Dior, Tom Ford, Creed, authentic designer scents without the full bottle gamble. I love Creed. I decided to go with a different color. Now I'm stuck with it. I smell terrible. It is what it is. But if I would have had micro perfumes, your boy would have been cooking. But I don't. So you're talking about real designer brands, just a few bucks per sample, no dupes, no knockoffs. All right. Fast shipping straight to your door, over 500 fragrances. All right. And unlike subscription boxes or shady discount sites, micro perfumes gives you instant access to authentic in-stock fragrances, the real thing, affordable and ready when you are. We got you, man. So why commit blind to a $200 bottle where you're going to hate the smell and never use it? Find your scent soulmate today and get up to 60% off at microperfumes.com/Schaub, SCHAUB. That's microperfumes.com/Schaub, up to 60% off. Micro Perfumes, real scents, no regrets. Let's get back to the program.
Okay, on to a different subject. So Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse, was doing a podcast with MMA Guru. He got really popular, like from the underground. And then so they started a podcast together. But then I guess Guru said some really bad stuff in the past.
Yeah, he's always done that.
Yeah, that's his thing. And then so Mighty Mouse found out and he said, hey, you know what? Mighty Mouse was just... discuss it earlier.
Before you before you plays, this is me, Mighty Mouse. You know, with MMA Guru, like it's tough to single yourself out from the MMA space, right?
There's so many people
There's so many people that do it and stuff like that. So you have to give credit to MMA Guru for forging his path.
Yeah, sticking out.
He shoots from the hip and he says some shit. And that's, how do I say this without getting in trouble? I'm not condoning what he says. But when you develop a fan base by shooting from the hip and saying some crazy shit, you can't go back on that. Does that make sense? Like what got Guru to the dance, he's still doing. The issue is when you're that guy, and he's very good at what he does, but when you're that guy and you cross over into the mainstream and you do a show with DJ, now DJ is the furthest from that, right? DJ is the furthest from that. So when they collab, I thought, oof, because and it's credit to MMA Guru, he doesn't change what he does. No. Mighty Mouse doesn't change what he does. But what MMA Guru does can affect what DJ does. They're not in the same lane. Mighty Mouse, you know, he's sponsored by fucking Xbox. He works with these big brands. And so he's not saying offensive shit. Guru will say some offensive shit. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes he misses. But he's always been that guy. So when I saw this collab, I'm like, I've seen MMA Guru says some wild shit, you know, but I could tell you there's going to be problems down the road, you know?
Yeah. All right, you want to see the clip?
Yeah.
Not watch all of Guru's content, meaning that when he is doing his live instant reaction and he has 20,000 viewers in a channel, I'm also doing the exact same thing. I don't babysit him. I don't see what he's saying whatsoever. Obviously, Guru had a very, very ugly rant recently on the UFC 322 live instant reaction with Islam versus JDM. I did call him out on it off camera because I felt that was the best place to do it. And I said, dog, you can't be saying this stuff. I asked Guru to stop saying these things. And I respect Guru for, you know, reaching out. Me and him had a discussion. He was like, dude, I think I'm totally fine of us just, you know, separating and going our separate ways. And I told him, I was like, I don't want you to change. That's how Guru makes his content. Facts. And I do not watch all of Guru's content, meaning that when DJ is doing his live instant reaction.
Yeah, DJ hit it on the nose. They're both fine without combining forces. Them combined forces is not ideal because it's going to hurt both of them. It's going to hurt both of them because MMA Guru developed this fan base doing what he does. He's very good at it, and he has funny takes and then offensive takes. That's what he does. And DJ does his stuff being very analytical and he's very straight edge. Those two worlds don't have to mix. So DJ's spot on. Like, I don't want DJ to change and I don't want MMA Guru to change. They're both in two different lanes. Those worlds don't have to merge. They just don't. It's probably better if they don't. So both of them just need to keep doing their thing. Here's the thing, kids. I know this is going to sound crazy. If you don't like what MMA Guru does, it's real simple. Don't watch it. Don't give him views. Don't give him attention. He's definitely not the worst thing in MMA. I'll tell you that right now. If you don't like what he does, just don't watch. Shows I don't like, I don't watch. I just don't fucking watch. It's pretty simple. They're going to do their thing. I'm not going to control a guy, you know?
Yeah.
Keep going down. Let me see what the comments are saying. Guru channel needs to be banned. Why? Just don't watch it.
Yeah.
Why would you silence the guy?
So Guru even said if he's around, he realizes if he's around that squad, you know, that the Islam squad, he goes, I'm probably not going to get out of there alive or something. Like, he goes, yeah, what if he goes, eventually it's going to happen. I have to deal with it.
That's the game he's playing though.
Yeah. Yep.
And he knows this. And that's why it's high stakes. That's the game he's playing. He's saying some outlandish shit that, is going to get you in trouble.
Yeah, these commenters, they're just lame.
Mm-hmm.
Just because DJ was doing a show doesn't mean he's supporting everything he's doing.
That's insane. That's insane. That's stupid. Both these worlds can coexist. They don't need to merge. That's the issue. If they never merge, most people won't even be aware of Guru, And Guru doesn't need the mainstream. He doesn't need this stuff.
Yeah, he's doing fine. And by the way, like, a lot of people thought he was just, because he always shows his head, during the broadcast. They didn't realize he's this giant, like, jacked look, not super jacked,
he's
but
not that big fat guy everyone thinks. He's a big boy.
Yeah, very big.
It's going to take a few Dagestanis to take him.
He said that too. It's going to take.
Yeah, he's not a small dude.
He's huge. Like, tall, huge. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Alrighty. Already went through that. Oh, here's another one. So another confrontation that happened is Armin Sorukyan and Ilya Topuria. And here's the stuff that happened here. Looks like they're in the hallway during the fights. And it's very, very quick. So Ilya just puts his hand on his face. And Armin just slaps him on the back. So nothing crazy, but then Ilya wrote this. Oh, sorry, this Armin. This is what Ilya wrote.
He says, Armin, every time we see each other in person, you freeze up like a scared duck with no idea what to do. I handle you however I want. I fight whoever the UFC chooses. And remember, I slapped you and you just laughed. Then you go around acting like a gangster. So keep going. You're on the right path. Just few levels below me, kid.
So he's saying he slapped him, but then...
Slap him.
Yeah.
Armin goes, bro, you touched my neck like we're taking a family photo, and now you're calling it a slap online? The clip is clear. Your insecurity is even clearer. I don't need to act tough for Twitter. My work is inside the cage. If you want to know what a real slap feels like, I'll be happy to educate you. See you soon, El Pato.
A duck and...
It's all bullshit. I don't need them talking shit to each other to watch that fight. It's a great fight.
The hell is that? This I thought was fascinating. So this is Kamaru Usman on Daniel Cormier's show, and he's talking about when he got knocked out by Leon Edwards. Let's play it for you.
With what just happened. Someone had...
Let me see if it can refresh here.
Which is Conor. And then the head kick. Do you remember any? Like, do you remember anything? Because I mean, like, seriously, because it was a clean knockout, right? Can you go back now and recall the moments? No, you can't. Those memories, because I still don't have those memories from Jones knocked me out. It's when your computer shuts down, boom, and then reboots right away. So we get done. I stand there. They announce him as the winner. I even dap him up. I walk out. I'm dapping up fans on the way out. All right, I'll get them next time. See family. Cut the gloves off me. I'm in the tent. I'm okay. I'm there. Hug my family, and then we're good. So I get in the ambulance. I'm going to the hospital. It's me and my manager, Ali, and the paramedic back there. They're going to ask their questions. She goes, do you know where you're at? I didn't really hear it, but I know it was the same question. She asked me again. All right, so do you know what day it is? Competitive, mode. I want to get the right answer out, not just get it out right. I want to get it out and give her more so she knows exactly that. Not only do I know the answer to that, but I'll give you more. Yeah, of course I know. It's Saturday, August something, Salt Lake City, Utah. UFC 270. Fuck. And you woke up. Shut the fuck up. That's how you woke up. UFC 270. Oh, if they're asking me this question, no. Shut up, Kamaru. Really? I'm like, no way. Ali's there on his phone with this look on his face. I just knew. I was like, no way. And of course, we just lit the world on fire with what just happened. Someone had clipped out my daughter. Like, she's happy because for all she's ever known is daddy go out there and win and do everything.
And my daughter watched this brutal head kick. She'd never seen her dad down like that. So she's crying, like she screams hysterically. And she's turning. Someone clipped that, and I saw that. And that's when it broke me.
Jesus Christ.
But then when I heard that, I'm like, so is he trying to say, because I took it a different way. I thought like like all of that was his imagination. Then he woke up once the doctor or the nurse or whatever says, like, you know, when he's like,
No,
you
man,
said
you're way off.
270.
No. He wasn't realizing what exactly had happened.
He said he knew he lost. He knows that much.
Yeah, and then it hits him how he lost.
So the knockout is what you're saying. That's what people are saying too.
Yeah.
But I remember being in situations where I like something like that happened to me too. Like, you know, because you get fucked up and then you're like, oh, fuck. And you just come out of it.
That's terrible, man. Ugh. Oof.
Yeah. Do you remember? Because it sucks. I mean, you've been knocked out before, but do you know exactly where you're at right at the moment? Or does it take you, you're like,
you're just out of it, nor do you care. Because you're not thinking like, oh man, what? You're just confused, like in a daze. And you're like walking, it's just like your body's going through the motions. You're like, okay, and fans are high fiving. You're like, what the fuck? Then you get to the back, you're still kind of out of it. You're like, what the fuck happened? And then your coach will be like, dude, he fucking caught you he came over your jab without right. And you're like, what? And you don't remember anything. You remember certain parts of the fight, like you remember in the Roy Nelson fight, even the Nogueira fight. I'm like, I was fucking whooping their ass. They're like, yeah, dude. And then he backed you up and boom, right hand. You're like, no way. You know, it sucks, man.
yeah.
That sucks. That night sucks. But you're still out of it. And then like a week goes by and then all your facilities come back and you're just like, it's the worst. Because you're just like, holy fuck, dude.
But then you win afterwards and it goes away or what?
No, it still sucks.
Still sucks.
This episode of The Schaub Show is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes and could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states. Let's get back to the program. Kamaru's a legend, man.
Yeah. What a badass with his knees too. So Hamzat said he does have an injured foot and he'll be out for like 5 months, I think.
Yeah, it's not good, man. You become champ and then you're inactive. It's not ideal.
Yeah. Okay. And I don't know what this is, but you know jiu-jitsu, so they're saying like how did Dan Hooker lose this? Like ain't no way you're pulling an escape off even against a decent white belt without them taking the back. You gave them or finished the deep submission you put yourself in. So
that's it.
Like I remember that Armin did do this twisty thing multiple times, right? To get out of stuff.
Yeah, you ever seen Armin warming up? Remember people making fun of him with the Nina drama stuff when he's on his neck and flipping? That's how he does it. That's the thing that I didn't realize how athletic Armin is. And by him turning, it creates space in there for him, you know, so he can pull his head up. I wouldn't recommend that for everybody, but
yeah, that seems like it's super dangerous.
Super dangerous. It's like a Hail Mary. But Armin's so athletic, man. He's so explosive in that. It's wild.
And this
when
is
those guys are going, ain't no way you're pulling this off. It's because you can't do it.
Yeah.
Armin's a freak. That's why you're like, oh, is this cheating? No, you can't do it.
That's why he's on top. And this is Dan Hooker basically saying like, he's not going to be champion after that. So I'll just play the video.
True, so you're probably never going to get hands on the title, but I'm going to hang around as long as I possibly can and ruin as many people's hopes and dreams as I can, because if I can't have nice things, no one can. Cheers. Cheers to that.
So he's going to keep taking out the people that are trying to get to the top because
he's at like
that level.
It's almost like a Cerrone, Nate Diaz level, you know, where there's like BMF fights, there's some fun fights. Yeah,
he's so much fun to watch. So
one of the best.
Yeah.
I love him.
This is also very weird. This is Bilal Muhammad talking about his son.
I saw this is a swing and a miss.
Huge
swing and a miss.
They bring it. It makes me feel younger. I'm training with young monsters. Like I said, I got a 17-year-old now. Nacho's younger brother, who's a monster, right? It feels like the Epstein files without the sex, right? I'm getting their powers through sparring and training. So it feels good.
So what happens with that is he thought of that going into this.
Yeah. Thinking it'll be fun or good.
And he thought it would be good, but he didn't probably run it by anybody. So he was like, if they give me this line, I'm going to hit him with this. And you can tell it was like ready to go. And it was such a miss. It's all good.
Yeah.
Super fucking weird, but all good. Because it doesn't make sense.
Without the sex.
It's so creepy.
Yeah.
All good. Still love him.
Let's see. Oh, let's go over this one. Wait, let's go. Yeah, this is the one. So Conor McGregor he went under treatment with psychedelics.
Yeah, seems to help for a lot of people. So Conor McGregor underwent psychedelic treatment in Mexico. I was shown that what would have been my death, how soon it would be, and how it would have impacted my children. I was looking down on myself as it happened, and I was looking out from the coffin. Jesus. God then came to me in the Holy Trinity. I was 36 hours under before I finally rested. When I awoke, I was me again. Jesus descended from the white marble steps of heaven, anointed me with a crown. I was shown the light, healed. It is very, very tough, but absolutely saved my life and in turn saved my family. Baby, we did it.
There's like more to it, but it's very long. But yeah.
I think.
And then, by the way, I did check his Instagram to see stuff, and he did delete, or he's deactivated his Instagram right now.
Interesting. Yeah, I think Conor's been through the absolute ringer. I think he lived life in a very fast lane. I think he's had to deal with fame that no fighter's ever had to deal with, or even celebrity for that reason. And he reaped the fruits of that labor and took it too far and jeopardized his family and kids. And he did all this shit. And then you have the horrible stuff with the allegations, with the girls and all this other shit. And I think he was at rock bottom, and he knew he was going down a dead end road, and it wasn't going to end well, and things were going to be completely different for him. And he was at rock bottom, and he's looking for any answer. He needs something. So whether it's Jesus, if it's whatever it is, you should be praying that this guy found it. Dude was at rock fucking bottom.
Yeah.
In every facet. And this is those 30 for 30, going broke, 30 for 30, these horrible stories that you hear, and most guys don't find it. So if you're a fan of Conor, just a fan of the human journey that we're on, let's hope this is real.
He did talk about it before. He found Jesus again, and now he's doing psychedelics.
Yeah, and sometimes it's tough. And I'm with some of the fan base. We're like, hold on, are you doing this just because you got caught? Are you doing this just because, you want to get support, that you're running for politics and stuff like that? So I get the understanding. I'm going to take him for his word and think like he realized he has to make a change. He was going down such a bad, dark road. So let's hope this is real. Mm-hmm. I hope it is.
When you said you took DMT or something with Brian, right? Back in the day. Did you ever experience anything like this? Like outer body?
Outer body, yes. But
like looking at yourself from the outside?
Mine, I was like in a gold rocket shooting through these clouds.
What the
yeah. And it feels like it lasts for like 30, 40 minutes, but it's like literally like 45 seconds.
Are you like laying down, or you're doing something? You're sitting down, or what's going on?
I think I was kneeling.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But what he's doing is different. He's doing like some insane shit. Mine was just smoking DMT. But again, get it where you can. If this helps you, fucking do it, bud.
Yeah, if it helps. Alrighty. There's another post. I don't know if it's related to it, but he goes, "Hey guys, I'm back. I was blessed to meet the most forward-thinking doctors from Stanford University and undergo a series treatments to address
again,
trauma."
If this is real, I'm all for it. If this is real and he actually wants to be a better dad and a better father, a better husband, fucking let's ride, dude. Mm-hmm. But if this is a PR move, I'm going to be pissed. And I don't think it is.
Yeah. No, it seems like he's actually trying to find something.
How can you hate on the guy for trying? He's made mistakes. Sure, I'm with you. I hear you. You can be upset about that. But you can also champion a guy trying to change his life.
Okay. And this is Gable Stevenson's second fight.
Jesus Christ.
Like instant.
He knocks him out and then takes him out. That's how fast he is.
Like, I don't think he even realized he knocked him out. He's just like...
Probably top 5 right now.
And this is with...
You look through 1 through 15. I don't know a lot of people that are going to deal with Gable Stevenson. Here's a caveat to that. His dark history is what's preventing him from reaching the UFC right now. Do you know much about that, Jen?
You told me.
Look it up. I'm not even trying to hate on the guy, and I don't know what he's done for
like sexual assault
rehabilitation. Look it up. They had to change the rules in Minnesota because he found some sort of loophole.
Rape accusations.
Go back for me.
Yeah.
Go to the Reddit one. On June 19th, so it's 6 years ago, both arrested. Police received sexual assault. All right. 6 months after being arrested, it was announced that he will not face criminal charges due to inadequate evidence. Mike Freeman hinted that alcohol may have been involved. He also stated under Minnesota's current law, intoxication and a victim's ability to give consent would restrict in how it could bring charges in the case.
A person who was sexually assaulted while...
A person who is sexually assaulted while intoxicated isn't considered mentally incapacitated if he or she consumed alcohol or drugs voluntarily. If a person drank themselves to a point where they could not consent to sexual acts, they were not considered too impaired to have done so. So this is a loophole which might have helped Stevenson avoid charges. Buried deep in the massive public safety bill that lawmakers passed overnight Wednesday is a provision that closes the intoxication loophole. The statute says a person who is sexually assaulted is not considered mentally impaired. Yeah, why is there a loophole? Yeah, that's tough. So that's what that's what the UFC's dealing with. He only has 2 fights. So listen, they've had guys on before involved in the organization. Greg Hardy. There's some dark arts going on there.
Okay.
Who knows what happened? I don't fucking know.
Shit.
Good God.
This was the Hermanson.
Yeah, poor Hermanson. He looked fucking good too. Right on the air.
Yeah, it was just barely scraped too, but it was out.
Come on, buddy. You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. Is that it, Chinsu?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see if there's anything. Oh, but I don't know how you feel about this, but Tony Ferguson has another boxing match.
Get your bag, bub. That's how I feel about it. Get your bag. All right, kids. For Black Friday, we're releasing the Abbott Kenny Fight Club for the Patreon, and we'll release it to the public as well. But Patreon gets first dibs. So if you're not a Patreon member, this is a reason to join. You get free access to the gear before everybody else. It's patreon.com/TFATK. You get the Shop Show ad-free. Fire and Kid twice a week ad-free. You get extended episodes. You get bonus content, fan questions at least once a month, extra behind-the-scenes content, fun stuff on there. It's only $5 a month. That's it. Go to patreon.com/TFATK. That's it, kids. Have a great Thanksgiving. Eat some turkey for your boy here. I'll keep you posted on the deep fried turkey, see how it goes for the fam. But be nice to each other. Have a great Thanksgiving. I'm out.